Wilhelm Canaris was no ordinary intelligence officer. At the height of Nazi Germany's dominance, he led the Abwehr, the military intelligence organization, operating in a world of shadows where deception and cunning dictated survival. But what set Canaris apart was not his loyalty to the Nazi regime, as many presumed, but his dangerous double life, one spent sabotaging the very machine he appeared to serve. How does a man so deeply embedded in one of history's most brutal governments covertly fight against its tyranny? Born on January 1st, 1887 in Abwehr, Germany, Canaris displayed brilliance and resourcefulness from an early age. Drawn to the sea, he joined the Imperial Navy in 1905, where he quickly gained recognition for his sharp mind and strategic thinking. By the First World War, he had already earned a reputation for daring and ingenuity, including an audacious escape from British captivity in Gibraltar. These early exploits hinted at the remarkable resolve that would define his career. The chaos of Germany's defeat in 1918 pushed Canaris to transition from naval service to intelligence work, a realm where his talents flourished. By 1933, with Hitler's rise to power, Canaris was appointed to lead the Abwehr. To many, he seemed an ideal candidate, disciplined, patriotic, and unflinchingly efficient. Yet beneath his composed exterior, Canaris harboured deep misgivings about the Nazi ideology, repelled by its brutality and disdain for humanity. As the Third Reich expanded its grip across Europe, his disillusionment hardened into quiet defiance. Canaris became a master of subterfuge, transforming the Abwehr into a covert hub of anti-Nazi activity. While officially tasked with advancing Germany's military objectives, the organisation under his leadership subtly worked to thwart the regime's plans. He recruited like-minded individuals who shared his distaste for Hitler's policies, creating a network of trusted allies willing to risk everything to resist from within. This network proved crucial in efforts to shield the vulnerable. Canaris facilitated the escape of Jews and political dissidents, using Abwehr resources to forge falsified documents and arrange safe passages. One notable effort, Operation U7, smuggled Jewish refugees into neutral Spain, saving countless lives. Beyond these humanitarian acts, Canaris played a pivotal role in intelligence sabotage. He covertly fed critical information to Allied forces, often tipping the scales of strategic planning. In one notable instance, he warned the Dutch government of Germany's impending invasion of the Netherlands in May 1940, though the attack ultimately could not be prevented. Later, he leaked details of Operation Barbarossa, the German invasion of the Soviet Union, hoping to disrupt Hitler's plans. His involvement in Operation Mincemeat, a successful Allied deception that misled the Nazis about the 1943 invasion of Sicily, further underscored his brilliance as a spy. Canaris also sought to undermine the regime diplomatically. Using his connections with resistance movements and foreign diplomats, he explored back-channel negotiations with Allied nations, hoping to bring an early end to the war. While these efforts failed, they highlight his willingness to use every avenue at his disposal to weaken the regime he despised. But as Canaris expanded his web of resistance, the dangers surrounding him grew. By the early 1940s, suspicion mounted within the Nazi hierarchy, particularly from Heinrich Himmler, who viewed the Abwehr as a potential rival to the SS. In 1944, Canaris was implicated in the July 20th plot to assassinate Hitler, though his exact involvement remains unclear. His increasingly secretive actions and subtle sabotage became harder to conceal, and he was ultimately removed from his position as head of the Abwehr. The Gestapo's investigation uncovered enough evidence to arrest him. For months, Canaris endured brutal interrogations and imprisonment, but he maintained his silence, refusing to betray his associates or reveal the full extent of his resistance. His final months were marked by unyielding defiance in the face of unimaginable pressure. On April 9, 1945, just weeks before the collapse of the Third Reich, Wilhelm Canaris was hanged at Flossenbürg concentration camp. His execution marked the end of a man whose life was defined by his unparalleled courage and strategic brilliance. Operating in the darkest corners of history, Canaris used deception as his weapon, saving lives, sabotaging tyranny, and defying a regime that demanded absolute loyalty. Though he lived in the shadows, his actions illuminated the possibility of resistance, even in the most dangerous of circumstances.